Hey everybody. What I missed was Sam, Q, Ronnie. Favorite GTA game, San Andreas all motherfucking day, nigga. San Andreas all motherfucking day, nigga. That shit pissed me off, low key.
You all through being mature now? Oh, George, I'm sorry. I lost my head. Yeah, you said he lost mine, too. Oh, but I'm all right now. Good.
Yeah, I love Sister Act. I even love the sequel. I feel like that's one of Whitney Houston's. I'm not Whoopi Goldberg. Excuse me. one of Whoopi's best movies in my opinion, next to The Color Purple and Ghost.
George, I know her name is Adele. It says so in the letter she wrote you. Oh, hey there. Yes. Hey, Adele, and her cheap perfume. That ain't cheap. That's $35. I suppose she's got a great body, too. Yeah, she probably does. What? But no better than yours, Weezy. Then why? Don't. I don't want to hear you. Good. How old is she? What does she look like? What does she wear? I thought you didn't want to hear me. Listen, George. George, we are not children. And we are not going to do anything that you'll be sorry for later. I'm sure glad to hear that. We're going to be calm. We're going to be mature. You're going to be sensible. Right on. And you're going to get rid of that woman. Right. And you'll do it today. How about next Tuesday?
Just to let everybody know, I am 90% done with the beef episode. I'm just doing some sound edits at the moment, and I know tomorrow when I get off work, I gotta do one slight section, and then by Tuesday it's gonna come out. I know I said last week it was gonna come out, but for one, I did it at first, and I didn't like the way it came out. Plus, one of my sources came later than it came, to be real with you. So, yeah. Because really, though, I'm really trying to get the In Living Color episode started by 2 weeks from now, so that way it can be out by September. Because I got really all the sources I need for that one.
No, he's giving up his sugar. George. Your mother likes to make jokes. I just got a deadline, that's all. What do you mean he's got a deadline? He means he's going to be dead if you don't toe the line.
Also, Ja Rule reviews is gonna be on Wednesday. Pain is Love and the Murderers album, and Nelly's gonna be on Thursday.
Every time Mom can't get her own way, she likes to take it out on poor Pop. Poor Pop? Nothing. You think he's going out on business tonight? Wrong. He's stepping out on me. Oh, that's crazy. You ought to know Pop better than that. Just because he hasn't been hanging around the house doesn't mean he's going out with another woman. I mean, the man is probably off opening up another store. Don't argue with your mother. You said I'm going out with another woman, I'm going out with another woman. Have a nice week. Is this for real? I told you I don't want to talk about it.
I swear to God, watching the Jeffersons now, the second liner always had like a bougie attitude towards him. I was always a first liner fan and shit. But don't get me wrong, the second liner played by Tries on His Way, played by Damon Evans. He wasn't bad, he was just miscast. But personally, I feel like he looks more like Wheezy than the first liner. Cause I felt like the first liner kind of looked more like George a little bit, but that's just my personal opinion. That's just me ranting and shit. Favorite E40 album in a major way from '95. Definitely I re-listen to more of his shit though, to keep it a buck with you, but definitely in a major way. I do like the shit he came out with, the double album he came out with, I want to say '96, I think called Hall of Fame or some shit. I'm gonna be real with you. I'm not like the biggest fan of E40 like that, but I don't dislike him. I kind of felt like after the Too Short E40 versus match last December, he kind of made me want to check more into his shit. But if anything, I like most of his songs from like the '90s and whatnot. I didn't care for too much this when he was doing the whole hypey shit in the mid 2000s. I mean, even though my ghetto report card has some joints, I'm not gonna lie. But a lot of people kind of say that's like his signature album and shit like that. Because that "Tell Me Where to Go" came out the same time as Too Short's "Blow the Whistle," and both of those records pretty much was influenced by the South and by crunk music and stuff like that too. You know what I'm saying? What's up, Eric? How you doing? Shit. Also, just to let everybody know, the Rascast Soul on Ice is gonna be mid-September. Really cannot wait for that one. And I mean, my vinyls should be coming tomorrow. And just to let you guys know, the Chino XL album and the Rascast album are the only album I'm going to show in my collections. That's all I want to say. Favorite character in Sister Act? That's Whoopi's character, low key. Mm. Yeah, I'm just chilling before I go to work for 12 hours at 7, Eric, so I know the feeling. What time do you get off? Ever since I started working in this job, I started valuing Mondays more, especially when I get off work and I know I don't have to do a lot of shit. I just fucking sleep in. Charles on his way. He just hit me up saying he's logging on right now. Oh, you get off about an hour, man. You lucky. Mm. What's Easter Seals, Q? Yeah. Oh yeah, the Aretha Franklin movie is coming out Friday, so I think I might go to theaters. Either I might go to the theaters or I might watch it on Fire Stick. I want to see. Let me see how. No, I'm not gonna say how. Let me see how good it is and shit like that too, because niggas say something's good and I'll watch it and I end up being wasted and shit. Oh, you said it's your job in Sacramento? Okay. I think you're both touched. Right. Yeah, man. I definitely love doing the video game plays and just talking shit. I think next week I might play Pokemon and I might play either GTA or Def Jam because I don't know, man. It's just like a vintage game and shit like that. Cause I'm trying to get some more games by the end of this year too. I've just been so busy. Yeah, I didn't know Park and E40 had a very close relationship. Park was close with a lot of niggas in the Bay, like Spice, E40. I want to say he was cool with Mac Dre, if I'm not mistaken. Rest in peace to Mac Dre. Cruz said, "Babyface, when can I see you again on every time?" Ooh, Cruz, very good question. I might have to go with every time I close my eyes. Yeah, Babyface around that time was just untouchable. You said you just started playing Saints Row on my channel. I'm doing the walkthrough. That's what's up. Some games I'll do a walkthrough for. I'm not gonna lie, but like some games I just like to play just for fun because pretty much the wheel caps I got for my car came out of my car while I was driving, and I just put them on before I left. So that means I gotta buy these shits again, which kind of pissed me off. No, I'm gonna. I have to finish watching that Power episode too, cause I'm like 7 minutes behind. Cause I was watching that shit while I was at work. Yes, Cruise. Strictly for My Niggas is underrated. In my opinion, man, that's like my fourth favorite album from Pac. Oh, I only have 5 minutes left. Okay. Oh, yo,
Yo, what's good?
nothing much. Just talking shit. How you doing?
Chilling.
Mm, yeah, we're just talking about video games. Just talking about shit. I was letting them know about the Razzcast on Ice next month and shit.
Salute. Makar was good. Q, Cruz. Eric
What's
was
good,
good.
man? Yeah, I knew about the
Sam,
beef
what up?
between 40 and Biggie. Yeah,
Ronnie, Sam, what up?
De La Soul got their masters.
Yes, that's good. They deserve it. Definitely.
This has been a good week in hip hop. That versus De La Soul getting their masters, King's Disease too. I'm like, okay, hip hop.
I wouldn't go that far. it was it was it was good for the culture.
Well, the De La Soul solidified it for
Yes.
me.
Well, I'm definitely glad that they're getting paid for it now, right?
Yeah, they own
Well,
all the rights to music.
that's good. And Tommy Boy, they didn't want to give it to them because of what?
Cause it's Tommy Boy. They fuck every artist up.
Do CNN have their masters
I doubt it.
or anybody else that was on that label? Natural Elements, Queen Latifah, Naughty by Nature.
Maybe Latifah. I don't know about Naughty by Nature. I don't know, but yeah, Tommy Boy keeps everything in the hush hush to me. But I want to say Latifah. I want to say she owns a master, but I could be wrong.
That's crazy. She should already have her masters. The queen of rap. That's crazy. That's terrible.
But if she does own her masters, I want to say it's maybe from Black Rain and up,
Oh,
maybe, but I could be wrong.
so that's basically like her last classic album, and then Order in the Court, and then the jazz album.
I think.
Wow, that's crazy.
Because mind you, you
Well,
never heard of a re-release of All Hail the Queen and shit.
right. Well, I'm glad that they getting paid off for their work, their hard work, because they deserve it. They deserve to be in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. You know, one of the best hip hop groups ever. That's still together. You know.
And we did a discography breakdown too.
Yes.
So
I don't think I've heard a bad De La album. Like every album was different from the last. You know.
yeah,
You never heard of Chino XL? What are you
really,
listening to, bro? Put the
mind
Bow
you,
Wow CD down, bro.
Chino and Pac had a little situation and shit too.
Right. You a Pac aficionado. You don't know that Chino XL had beef with Pac?
Well, I wouldn't call. I'm gonna explain that shit. I won't call it beat.
He called out somebody else on this album too.
He was calling out hella niggas. Like this nigga had. I'm surprised this nigga did not piss just Pac off and shit like that. Because he was saying some other lines that was more disrespectful and shit. Which we'll get into that.
It's
Yeah.
crazy. Oh, Chino, I hope you're watching. I tagged him in the post, so I hope he's watching.
Yeah, we're gonna start in about 5 minutes and shit.
Right, that's right. He dissed them on Hit 'em Up. How do you not know that, Q? You listen to Pac?
Well, mind you, when Pac said that, they kind of faded the song out too and shit.
Oh, come
He,
on.
al- he
He called him out. We clearly heard.
Yeah, but there's some versions of the track where it's like Chino XL fuck you too, and because they kind of faded out because he also said fuck you to Jay-Z at the end too.
Well, he did that often. That wasn't nothing.
He's like, who that nigga Jay-Z? Fuck you, Jay-Z. Like,
Yes.
fuck Jay-Z. And that's why he's not sampled that from Tupac friends and shit for Ether.
Wow. That's Eric.
Yeah, this Kanan episode is crazy.
It's a good show. Godfather Harlem comes back to today.
But I'm not gonna lie though. I don't really care too much for the whole jukebox and the white
Mhm.
girlfriend storyline like that. I'm not gonna lie.
I think she's gonna break up with her though. Like that's not gonna last. And remember, Jukebox, she was trying to be an R&B singer, and something happened along the way where she said, "Fuck that, I'm doing a life of crime."
Yeah, because well, you didn't see the new episode yet, did you?
Huh?
Did you see the new episode yet or no?
Nah, I didn't see it yet. But I'm
Okay,
saying like in the future. Remember, she was on the Ghost. Remember, she kidnapped Tariq.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying? So something happened along the way when she was young that said like, "Nah, I'm not gonna be a singer. She's gonna join Kanan."
yeah, because they kind of hinted it in this episode, but I'm not gonna say shit since you didn't see
Okay.
it yet.
Okay.
But
Oh,
I'm
you
not
remember
gonna.
him now? How you remember him now? You said you never heard of him.
I'm not gonna lie. The mama character, man, I'm surprised she didn't suck the fuck out of Kanan yet.
You
Cause
surprised she didn't smack Kanan?
yeah, cause I'm not gonna lie. Kanan was saying some reckless shit in last week's episode and shit. Like, I'm like, you all
Reggie,
ruthless.
Reggie,
So what?
if you wake up, it's you and your sister, right? It's always been you and your sister.
Nah. I was with my mom and dad.
But so is your sister older than you or no?
Yeah, my sister older than me. Yeah.
Okay, so let's say it's the family house. It's you and your sister and your parents, and then your mom got some strange dude over at the crib. You're not gonna question her why?
Hell yeah, I'll press the motherfucker out.
Exactly. So what was he being reckless about?
Oh, oh, I hear your point, but it was even just that incident and shit like that. It was even just that incident. That's all that said. Oh, she played the fuck out of him. That's all.
Kanan is
Yeah,
just Kanan, man.
yeah.
You know.
This nigga said, "Why we need a Raising Canaan when we already got Get Rich or Die Trying the movie and shit."
You never heard of Chino XL, but you know who Bow Wow is, though, right? I don't understand that.
Well, everyone knows who Bow Wow is at this point. What's Shad Moss?
I don't know who Shad Moss. I never heard of Shad Moss's music. I could care less.
Well, I'm ready to start whenever you are.
Let's go.
All right, what's up, YouTube? How's everyone doing this lovely Sunday afternoon? Whether y'all just leaving church or going into brunch. Excuse me, this boy Reg in the building. Got my homeboy Try with me.
What up?
And I'm not that we're going to talk about today is Chino XL with his debut album, Here to Save You All. This came out in 1996 on American Recording, which is under Warner Brothers. It came out with hella singles for a debut album. No Complex with the B side of Waiting to Exhale, Creep, which the best known song of the album, if you ask me, Thousands, Freestyle Rhymes, Deliver, Rise, and Jesus. Even though Jesus is not on the album and shit like that, it's just a B side, it's still standalone B side. Producers include Cutmaster Kurt, very dope producer. All my Cool Keith fans, y'all should know about Cutmaster. DJ Homicide, Eric Romero, Bird, B Wiz, and Dan Carnes. Pretty much he cast some of his homies, pretty much produced his shit, kept it in house, which I liked. And the featured guests include Ras Cass, Ironic, Gravitation, and Cool Keith. Alright, so yes, Chino XL. Chino XL. Chino XL. What did you get into Chino XL? How did you get into it?
I want to say just I forgot the name of the first single. I saw that video on Rap City and just hearing him his freestyles and seeing him in like different like magazines, the Source magazine and rap pages and stuff and um you know him coming from Jersey and I always thought he was a Cali dude. You know what I'm saying? Cause he had
Same.
like he had like that Booyah tribe type of look to him. You know what I'm saying? But
Right. Yeah.
you know, and
Yeah.
I always thought he was a dope lyricist and very underground, like still underground. You know what I'm saying? And that's just the type of like lyricist that I gravitated to more. You know what I'm saying? And him being Latino and I'm a big supporter of like Latino artists in hip hop. I think we need more of them. And being a fan of Cypress Hill and you know um, Kid Frost and you know what's her name Nitty Scott MC, like those Latino artists, Joel Ortiz. I've always been a supporter of that, and I think he was definitely made a mark in the '90s with his controversy and his lyricism and the whole. I didn't even know he had a beef with Pac until like I heard him hit him up, and that's I feel like that type of controversy and lyricism is what we missing. Like what I'm saying, it's like now everybody wants to be friends or they throw subtle jabs at each other, but I think Chino was one of those cats that he can call you out and back it up because he just had the bars to go with his bravado and I've always liked his stuff from afar, but yeah, just seeing him on like different videos and hearing him collab with different artists, and I've always thought he was like a dope MC that never really got the chance to shine mainstream wise because like I feel like he was too underground and a lot of his lyrics might have went over the head of the casual rap fan, but like to us hip hop heads he's I mean to me he's still one of the best lyrically. So I'm glad that we can have a chance to finally talk about his first album and really put that respect to it.
Man, love. Yes, yes. um, you know what? I'm not gonna lie. I first heard Gino XL from Hit 'em Up. Yeah, I said it.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, I said it. I said it. I mean, I was like Chino's XL, but I did not hear his music until maybe 2012, 2013,
Mm,
when I was watching MTV2.
right.
They had some Memorial Day shit for like classic hip hop videos and shit, which I fucking loved. And then all of a sudden I saw this like video for Creep, and it was like this alleyway video. So all of a sudden it just caught my attention,
Right.
and I heard that beat like I'm a creep with the fucking. I was like, so this is Chino XL. I was like, I was vibing to the fucking song.
Mm-hmm.
Immediately I went on YouTube and shit like that. Did my thing. But so when I finally heard the album, I immediately went to Creep. I wanted to play it. I pressed play. I was like, what the fuck is this?
It's a different version.
which I'm gonna get my thoughts. I'm gonna
Mm,
save my thoughts on that part when we talk about the song. But
right,
that's pretty much my introduction to Chino XL. No grand story, no epiphany, no oh my god, none of that. Just a yeah. So
right,
yeah. All right. So Chino XL is an MC born in the Bronx, but he was pretty much raised in Jersey. He is Puerto Rican and African mixed together and shit like that. He co-founded the duo Art of Origin and stuff like that. And then next thing you know it, he hooked up with Rick Rubin and he signed to his American recordings label and shit like that too. And pretty much, he dropped a few singles like in the early '90s, like No Slow Rolling, Unrational, Put My Hands in the Air and shit like that. But then, it wasn't it really until '96 when he dropped this album right here and shit like that too, Here to Save You All. And yeah, man, that's pretty much it. This is the album cover right here. Pretty dope album cover, just has that like horror movie feel to it and shit like that. Like, yeah, he's here to save you all. Interesting thing about this album, it says clean for radio play,
uh,
but it has a parental advisory sticker. So I was like, fuck it. Like, fuck it. Because I played the song Creep, and they pretty much didn't really block anything from that. So I'm just like, okay, well, this is not clean, obviously, but I'm not
right,
complaining.
right.
So yeah, all right, so 17 tracks. Let's get this shit started. Track number one, Here to Save You All. Pretty dope intro. It just has like a nice little narration where it's like he's doing this like narration about how he's here to save everyone from the chaos in hip hop today. That's like the metaphor I got from the chaos in hip hop at that time
Right.
and shit. So pretty dope intro.
Yeah, like the woman. There's a woman saying that she wants to save you all.
He tries camera got fucked up and shit. Yeah, man. But yeah, that's pretty much Sam said imagine Big L and Chino Excel in the song. Oh yeah, that would have been dope. Especially around this time when Big L was just coming off lifestyles and shit. Oh hell yeah. Yep.
My bad.
No, you good.
Um, yeah, the intro. You got a woman just speaking, and there's a dope beat playing in the background, and she's saying, through the confusion and chaos, he will be the one to save you all. And that's basically how I took it. Like with the confusion in rap at that time, with the East Coast West Coast beef, he would be the one to save the genre. So that's how I was taking it.
Got you. Okay. Definitely. So now we're gonna get into Deliver. This was produced by Cutmaster Kurt, and it was the only beat from Cutmaster Kurt. Very dope track. Already, this nigga's talking shit. It's pretty much like him going after like the mainstream rappers at that time, which it's kind of interesting because I just pulled up some shit about Chino Excel, and while he was signed to like Rick Rubin and
Mm-hmm.
shit like that, he used to get mad at Rick and stuff like that, and at Warner Brothers because the radio DJ won't really play his shit because like he was like very, it still was like very complex, or it was just for the underground and stuff like that too. Which
Right.
we're gonna get more into that, you know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, this is a very 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 dope joint right here. A lot of quotables on. It's like every fucking line was a fucking double entendre. Like you'll say some shit
Yeah.
like, "You could pump into the dawn like Adina Howard. Can't you see I'm notorious as total get." Clever line. Uptown girls in bed like Billy Joel do. Laverne and Cheryl give us any rule, we'll break it. Like it was so fucking clever.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, I could definitely have seen Doctor Octagon on that shit. You know what I'm saying? You know, definitely had that vibe to it. So yeah,
Right.
very hot joint.
A lot of quotables all over this album. This is like a bar heavy album. Every song on here is a lot of quotables. There's a lot of stuff that I wanted to say on here. Deliver is a dope track. I like the beat. It has an eerie melody to it. Nice, scratching on the track. Chino saying I threw a brownstone at Brandy. Now she changing faces. Standing in my Aaron Hall on Black Street packing suitcases. Going back to Indiana on the subway. So for real, Miss Jones is my usher in church on Sundays. And what else he said? He said, now who be that slap? Did I do that? Not Whoopi Goldberg or Steve Urkel, but I'll leave your grill the color purple. Like so many quotables on this all over this album. It was like I said, like if you love bars, this is a album for you.
Yes, like this is like the perfect example of like how a producer should give the MC room to breathe so they can stretch out
Right.
his lyrical ability and stuff, his lyricism, excuse me, and whatnot too. So definitely love the way how you said that it was a bars heavy album and shit.
Yeah.
Now we're gonna get into No Complex. Speaking of bar heavy, man, this one right here, this was a nice little game changer and shit. Like y'all motherfuckers talk about Papooses off alphabet slaughter and shit like that.
Right.
Come on, man. That is not touching this and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
This is pretty much like the shit that pretty much put him out there. And like I said, he was angry about the fact that Rage wasn't playing his shit. So after the success of this single, Rick Rubin actually had to give Chino Excel and B Wiz, his producer, money so they can fly out to LA so they can really finish the album and stuff like that too. Which why I might explain how it kind of has like a West Coast kind of feel to it a little bit. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Um, Very hot joint in my opinion. I mean, again, so many quotables from this song. Like I think one line that caught my attention was when he said, "I explore a woman's vaginal region like Lewis and Clark. I might decide to eat the bush like Sandra Bernhardt." Like, Jesus Christ. I mean, like I said before, like so many people. He said harder lines than the Pac line and shit like that. But if the
Yeah.
Pac line is, of course, what everybody remembers, and so be it. That's all I gotta say.
Right. Yeah. Again, so many quotables on this track. Him saying not even the Japanese girls want to blow me like I'm Sony, but like Mike and that Presley bitch, the relationship is phony. Still ripping shit, no videos and no source ad. I live the type of life that could make Cameron say it's all bad. So like yeah, like it was like every track I feel like was just a canvas for him to like just do his thing lyrically on, and this was no different. Definitely a nice beat to it.
Yeah, that beat too is definitely some scientific kind of beat and shit like that. I can see Wu Tang on that shit for some odd reason. I don't know
Yeah.
why.
Mm-hmm.
Like Wu Tang forever, Wu
Right.
Tang. Now we're gonna get to Partner to Swing. This joint right here was pretty cool. You know what I'm saying? Love that beat. Very simple, not too crazy, but still dope. Yeah, man. He said like end your career like Christopher William did. I'll be sure. Very fucked up line. If y'all know what he meant by that, because if y'all remember the whole unsung episode we did,
Okay.
this nigga Christopher Williams almost accused Al B. Sure of rape.
Mm-hmm.
Well, yeah, he Yeah, like, I'm gonna say almost accused him of rape and shit like that. Cause they were both light skinned brothers and shit, and niggas thought they looked alike at that time and shit.
Like,
So yeah, man. Surprised he got away with that line. He cannot say that line today. And watch you collapse and die like he was River Phoenix. Like
mm,
me and rap go way back, like LL's hairline. Oh man, okay, yeah. I write more rhymes than Rick James make license plates. Like Jesus Christ.
yeah.
I gotta say one more. Now, like Sammy Davis ran from the IRS.
And all of them were dead.
Right, like well, Rick James was still alive at that time though,
Oh, he
but
was the fire.
still, I gotta be big. Let me stop. But yeah, that was a very dope bar heavy shit.
Man, this this was a dope track. Very nice beat. Got like some spacey sounds on it. Nice scratching. Chino saying, "I got multiple personalities, so be afraid. The cipher is Ghana. I'm Jim Jones. Now here's the Kool Aid." And we know about the real Jim Jones, not the MC. The real Jim
Right.
Jones that gave all the people the poison Kool Aid back in the day, and they all died. That whole cult that
Yep.
they made a whole season of American Horror Story off of. So I like
Mhm.
that line that he said.
Interesting. Um, Now we're gonna get into "It's All Bad." A very dope song in my opinion. Very relatable song. It's like he's talking about how he like grew up from like a very rough childhood, and him being mixed, like especially at that time and stuff like that. It was very heavy for him and stuff. And this was like way before the biracial, the oh people don't like me because I'm biracial, I'm dating
Right,
someone that's biracial trained and
right.
shit like that too. Because not a lot of people in hip hop really touch on that topic at that time
Hmm.
and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? And
Right.
that's why I had to look back at that shit J. Cole said when he said that he's famous. I think people listen to because he's light skinned or some shit like that. I don't know.
Is that what he said in the interview?
Yeah, yeah, he said some shit like how a lot of his success comes from him being light skinned. I don't
Oh,
know.
come
Some
on. You're not. Drake is lighter than him. So what is he talking about?
right, and then the whole logic to saying, "Oh,
Mm.
I'm biracial. People don't listen to me because I'm biracial." I was like, "Shit your ass
I,
up."
I, I like Logic. I just think Logic used it too much.
He's too preachy. I like
You know what I'm
abusive, but
saying?
he's just too damn preachy.
Right.
But yeah, that's all I have to say. This was a pretty dope song. It's pretty much talking about how he has to overcome like the negative outlooks in his life and shit. So yeah,
I think it's one of the best on the album. It starts off with like a clip from Stretch and Barbito back in the day when they were playing his stuff on their radio show, and I like that. He gave props to Stretch and Barbito, and they're really responsible for a lot of underground artists like Chino XL and spinning their records on their show back in the day. And the beat sounded like something Buck Wild would do. It sounded like a Buck Wild beat from the '90s, and I liked it, and him just talking about like his movie flopping and attempting suicide and the tabloids, and him saying all I wanted to do was rock with my fast ass and blast a mask, collect quick cash, did what I did, best create, but begin to hate all these flake music people making all this weight. And I just thought it was a dope track. So yeah, this was one of my favorites on here.
yeah, definitely one of the few conceptual tracks on this album and shit too.
Right.
Um, Now we're gonna get into freestyle rhymes, self-explanatory. Just him busting shit, double entendres. You know what I'm saying? Usually when it comes to like certain rappers, if they have certain songs like this repeatedly on the album, I'll kind of get a little bored with it. But with Chino XL,
Uh-huh.
he kind of does it a little differently, in my opinion. And his punchlines, just like Big L's, they always keep me entertained and shit too.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So you can tell like he was influenced by L and Lord Finesse.
Mm-hmm.
and shit too. So yeah, this was definitely a dope joint right here.
Definitely like the beat and the girls singing on the chorus was nice. You know, again, like he had a lot of punchlines on here. He said, "I'm tearing you out the frame like wedding pictures after divorce. Petrol like you dropped the soap in the shower. Luther Vandross. You on the road, you going gold. That's what your label shouting. You couldn't outsell UTFO's reunion album. What could I say to get my point across? Rapping need that ass like Large Professor. Don't need main source. So he threw Large Professor in his rhyme. He threw UTFO in his rhyme. Luther Vandross. It
Yeah,
was, I think, like, just he's interesting. He's always been interesting to listen to. Like even if the beat wasn't all that, just his lyricism alone is like it makes you want to like listen. So I think this is like a dope track. One of my favorites on here.
right.
And I like the fact that in his he had like one verse where he was mentioning like all the TV cop shows from back in the day. Yeah, Magnum PI and New York Undercover, Hill Street Blues. I like that verse as well.
Right,
Yeah.
definitely. Okay, let's get this over with. Riot, featuring Rascast. Now, give me 1 second.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, he said Pac was raped in prison. Oh, he said Pac was raped in
Oh,
prison.
he wasn't the only one to say that. Randy Williams said that.
Yes. Now, let me explain what he meant by that line. He said in an interview he did not mean to say Tupac was raped in prison. It was just a play on words and shit like that.
Right.
And pretty much he always said that him and Pac got along and shit like that. And Pac pretty much said, and from what I looked up, Pac said that even though he pretty much got along, got along with Chino. He said on a lyrical beef, it was all fair game and shit. So that's why he
Right.
said Chino fuck you too.
Mm-hmm.
It was not no beef, none like that. It was not no Biggie beef, no Mob D beef. It was just pretty much a lyrical beef. That's what it was, like a lyrical thing. And the person that really, like you mentioned, Wendy Williams was the one who started that whole raped in
Yeah,
prison,
she was
not
calling
Chino.
him when he got shot in '94, and when he got right after he got shot and he got he was guilty for the rape case. Wendy Williams, this is back when she was on Hot 97. She was basically on the air calling him one ball because he got like a bullet went through his nutsack or whatever. She was calling him one ball. She wasn't calling him Tupac. She was calling him one ball on the air, and she was saying that how he got raped in prison. And when if you listen to the song why they was it why they turn on me, and he's basically dissing the shit out of Wendy Williams on that track.
Yeah,
You know.
yeah, but for real though, I kind of felt like Rascas stole the show on this joint right here too, especially with that line. I circumnavigate the globe with the one liner like latitude. Put my rhymes in misfortune. Cookies to leave Confucius confused. A day a nigga surf ras is when faggots start straight bashing. Like, and then Chino said an interesting line too. Without Jermaine Dupri, I'm so deaf that I need closed captions. Won't see me stressed from no east-west conflict. Irony, because and it's interesting too, because I'm gonna be perfectly honest. You know, I feel like a lot of the West Coast audience don't really respect Rascast like that because he had more of an East
Mm-hmm.
Coast feel to him.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like, him doing the song with Chino XL, which we mentioned that Chino had like a more of like a West Coast feel, it's kind of like a weird chemistry that they have and shit with one another and
Right.
shit too. And I'm gonna say more of my thoughts on still when we talk about Still on Ice, but I just had to say that shit. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
controversial, but you don't see Rascast up there with the Pox and the Cubes.
Right.
Now, even with the Kendricks and shit like that. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I think that's the case for a lot of the West Coast artists that have that boom bap sound, like Dilated Peoples, like Hyro. I don't feel like they properly gotten their respect as when they talk about West Coast legends because they have that East Coast sound. You know what I mean? Because I've always looked at Hyro as like the West Coast version of Boot Camp. You know what I'm saying? And I hear nobody, and they from the Bay, and you wouldn't even know that they from the Bay because they don't sound like Too Short or E40. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? So like those like that those artists for me growing up was that was my West Coast hip hop, not NWA and Dre, and they came later. Like West Coast hip hop for me was Hyro and you know um Cypress Hill, those artists. You know what I'm saying? And then later came NWA and Dre and Snoop and them for me. But the Razzcast, like he don't really get the props, and I feel like he's lyrically on point with anybody in the game right now. So you
I
know,
agree 100.
and
percent
he was coming over here to do. He was coming to New York to do mixtapes and stuff. When he was on the run from the cops and from his label, he was coming over to New York to do records. So you know what I'm saying? So I he was at the tunnel, with Dre and Snoop when Chronic 2001 came out. He was at the tunnel with them, just ripping shit. So I've always felt like Razzcast is underrated. You know what I'm saying? I like this song. I think it had a nice beat, nice bass line. Chino saying because I write the songs like Barry Manilow, I like my brown sugar like Hugh Grant, fuck D'Angelo. Just dishing the shit out of D'Angelo, man, and that was crazy. And I like the
Walking
line
on
that I like the line that Razzcast said, I got niggas looking for Webster like George Papadopoulos. That was funny.
Jesus man. Imagine if Chino, Exhibit, and Ras was in a song together. That would have been epic.
Right? Crazy.
Yeah. Next track, One of Mine. My favorite track off this album. Pretty much, him questioning, him says, well, not really like really questioning his race, but talking like putting like, how can I put this? Being proud that he's mixed with Puerto Rican, he's half black, half Puerto Rican and shit like that
Is that the
too.
next track? I thought it was Waiting to Exhale. That's not track 8?
Oh, my fault. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Waiting to Exhale. That's the next track. My fault. My
Yeah.
fault. Yeah, Waiting to Exhale. That's a pretty straight track, true in my opinion.
Yeah.
I like that beat by B Wiz and shit too. Definitely a very solid joint.
Yeah, this was dope. Very nice beat, nice bass line. It had like eerie melody. It felt like a freestyle cipher. Chino saying, "Let me introduce you to that nigga that you up against. I'm slick like Deion Sanders, Jerry Crow when I represent. Chino rules everything about me. I pull a serpent out to see evil angels surround me. Jesus wanna drown me." So I think that was dope.
Yeah, definitely a dope track. Um, Track number 9, What Am I? My favorite track off this album, just pretty much him like being proud that he's half black, half Puerto Rican and shit like that. Again, another conceptual track off this album. Just him. It's a pretty kind of sad song. It's just how the teachers used to treat him bad, and people used to, make fun of him and shit like that too. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, this track right here, it touched on like a lot of nerve when it comes to like the
Right.
mixed races and shit like that too.
Mm.
So, yeah, very dope track.
Definitely enjoyed this one, and again, one of my favorites in dealing with like a serious topic about how he was looked upon with a side eye because of his mixed race, and he heard all the Menudo jokes, he heard the Rico Suave jokes. You know what I'm saying? And we joke about those artists, just because of their like one they might have had like one big hit in their career, but you know the teachers at his school was like clowning him for that, and um I felt like the track was very dope. Had a nice beat. It had really had like a real jazzy feel to it. You got Chino saying even my teachers called me half breed and all of that. I was scared of living here, but also scared of moving back. And I love the chorus that he had. What am I? I'm confused. Can't decide. What am I? Who am I? And I thought it was a very great track that you know needs to be heard.
Definitely. Shit. I swear to God, the internet's on one today. I don't know why. I just saw something that says Kanye West allegedly removed the baby from his album Donda. I'm like, okay,
And
the
that's
album that
news.
didn't come out yet.
Yeah,
Anyway,
right.
the album that didn't come out,
It's
but okay,
dropping tomorrow.
the album that didn't come out. Track number 10, Feeling Evil Again. Very, 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 very dope track again. Just him, rhyming and shit like that. But at the end of the day, just talking about how whack MC, whack MCs are getting more airplay than like the more intelligible MCs and shit like that too. I love the line where he says, "Your hardcore is homocore. You screaming, you evil live. Only played on AM and your violence at 45."
Mm.
And from what I looked up, I think Evil Live was like a group from the
Yeah.
'90s.
The Flatliners. He took a shot at them.
Oh, that was the Flatliners.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, that's good. Yeah, I never cared for the Flatliners. I'm never gonna be real.
Yeah. I don't know how that beef started with him and the Flatliners. So maybe he was just taking a shot at them just to do it. You know.
Well, I think like a lot of the time, like when hardcore wasn't really played in the radio like that,
Mm.
the Flatliners kind of had that advantage since they were signed to Def Jam. So
Right.
I'm guessing that's it.
Well, he has some horrorcore songs on this album. You know what
Right.
I'm saying? So, but he wasn't considered a horrorcore artist, but he can do it if he wanted to.
Oh
You
yeah,
know, feeling evil. Like this could be considered a horrorcore song. Like him saying, "You would have met me long ago." Producers they put me on hold. Now I can roast you motherfuckers like rotisserie gold. And I thought it was a dope song. Nice beat, nice bass line.
definitely. Um, Now we're gonna get into thousands. Again, another solid track. Just talking about, motherfucking braggadocio track. Talking about getting money, getting respect and shit like that. You know, Pretty
Right.
solid joint. That's all I gotta say.
I thought it was definitely a nice beat. Nice horns on it. Um, There's a thousand ways to get paid. That's what's on the chorus. Chino saying so back in '95. I said fucking 9 to 5. I ain't John Travolta. Gun and holster meant staying alive. Very dope references to staying alive. Saturday Night Fever. Great track.
Yeah, very good track. All right, next track, Creep. All right, so like I said, my introduction to this track was the video version.
Right.
When I heard the album version, I'm not gonna lie, the beat, I didn't like the beat.
Hmm.
I felt like the beat was just too. It was pretty much. It felt unfinished. I don't know if it just had that unfinished feel to it. Whereas like the video version was more grander and shit like that, more cinematic. It fit again. It fits the album more than the album version and shit too. So of course it samples the Radiohead song "Creep," and it pretty much tells a story about how this guy falls in love with this girl, but he starts wilding out, and the girl ends up breaking his heart,
Right.
and she moves on to somebody else, and he just can't stop thinking about her and shit like that too. You know what I'm saying? I love the line where he says, "Unfortunately, your memory is haunting me. I'm feeling pains that I can't even describe. But if I have to bitch you, you fucking bury me alive. Your love counterattacks unrealistic terrorist acts like the Oklahoma Federal Building. I collapse. I want her back, but I know that I can't force her. Thinking about taking my own life like like Marlon Brando's daughter. Shit.
Crazy.
Yeah, man. Classic, classic, classic song. Even though the album version I don't really care for, but
Yeah.
lyrically it's still a grand track.
Yeah. The album version is cool. I like the video version better. It's more like melodic and emotional with what he's talking about. Like him lusting over this girl and felt like she was playing with his emotions, and it's one of those like simp songs, you know, like the ultimate loser in love with the prom queen that obsesses over her type of song. Just the way that he was coming off, like he's saying, you just a tease and you play like I'm not in your league, capturing my mind, claiming I'm your biggest fantasy. You love a sorcery, drowning in emotion, poisoning me. Unfortunately, your memory is haunting me. I'm feeling pains that I can't even describe, but if I had to, bitch, you'd fucking bury me alive. So yeah, just a great track. What he said, like I know you like a book, but I just can't find the page you're on. So many quotables on here, and you could feel his pain of him. Like you said he lost a girlfriend,
Yeah, he like either he broke up with a girlfriend or some shit.
right? And he was obsessing over that. So he like he wasn't
Yeah,
he couldn't get over that loss or whatever. So it was like it's almost like he was like stalking her. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, like I definitely love the track. I think he should have put the remix on here though. That should have been like a bonus track.
I agree.
But yeah, it's definitely one of my favorites though. It just showed like he's lyrical, but he can touch on different topics at the same time, and I think that's why it's a great song.
Right. Next track, many different ways. Um, Again, this was another very solid, dope joint. Love the beat with that. I want to say B Wiz did that beat too. Yeah, very, very, very dope joint.
I like the Patra sample from Working Man he had on the track, and
Yes,
that was a great song. And he said I'm all in the family, sick like Archie fucking Edith. Your styles are cheesy like an uncircumcised penis. If I ever couldn't force it when I lost it, give me that mic, you monkey motherfucker. You look exhausted. So many quotables, man. That's definitely a dope beat. Nice airy melody.
definitely. Next track, the Shabba Conspiracy. Ah, this features Cool Key. Um, this was a good track, I admit, and shit like that. It took me a while for me to really appreciate and shit too,
Mm-hmm.
because when I first heard the track, um, I don't know, I just the beat kind of took me a while to get into, but again, I like the way how both Chino and Cool Key drop like their unorthodox flows on this and stuff like that. So
Right.
this one was a very, definite acquired taste. Cool Keith again, one of the best MCs in my opinion. I know a lot of people might have their issue with Keith, or fuck them.
It was a cool collab. It was different. I never been a huge Kool Keith fan except for like some of his albums, but um he was on the chorus. He had a verse. I didn't understand what the hell he was saying.
Me
Chino, Chino was and Kool Keith is. I think that's why I've always haven't wasn't really a big fan of a lot of his stuff because he just you like it's good to be. I don't want to say weird. I just feel like he was a little bit too out there lyrically. You know what I'm saying? And to the point where it's like if I don't understand what the hell you're saying, I'm just not gonna pay attention. You know what I'm saying? And I think his fan base is like it's overrated. You know what I'm saying? Like there's certain albums that I like the Ultra Mag albums were great, and Doctor Octagon was great. Even the recent stuff, the Keith album that Psycho Les from the Beatnuts produced was great. Um, the was it Moose Bumps, that was a dope album, but like a lot of that other shit, I just didn't pay attention to it. I just feel like a lot of times I hear him, he does not making sense to me. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's really what turned me off from listening to a lot of his early solo stuff because it just wasn't making sense to me. But he already showed that he can collaborate with many different artists. He's a legend, and it was a dope collab. And Chino saying releasing human excrements on you like Tawana Brawley. Thinking to myself like Pee Wee Herman, cold jerking off. I wish nobody saw me. So he managed to throw the Pee Wee Herman incident in there. You know, I thought that was funny.
Yeah, very funny indeed. Next track, Ghetto Vampire. Um, this track was okay. It's probably my least favorite track off this album. I'm not gonna lie and shit. I want to like each verse had like a different beat and shit too.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? pretty much what you mean. I think what he means by like the ghetto vampire. I think that he's pretty much describing himself, if I'm not mistaken.
Right.
And it's just like he's just talking about all like the fucked up shit he be going through, he does and shit like that too. But then he tries to ask for forgiveness from God, but he feels like God doesn't forgive him. So he ends up calling himself a ghetto vampire and stuff like that too. So yeah, this was one of the more hardcore songs off this album, in my opinion. Yeah, definitely a very solid joint. But
I
not like
think
one
this
of
is
my
one.
favorites.
I think this is one of the best on here. Like, um, she had a video for this. Like, this is like a horrorcore track with him like talking about being a vampire and you know what I'm saying and describing basically like all the elements of what a vampire is or what we think a vampire is and you know their powers and stuff and doing it over different beats on the track and each
Hmm.
beat is like real eerie and really dark and you know he's saying I'm cursed and damned now to be a creature of the night unliving yet living off blood fearer of the light. You know, then he says on the second beat, I wish I could stop the death, the pain, and the sin, but I'm fucked up. I create the liberations that humans contain within. Then on the third beat, he says, my holy presence disturbs animals and children, built a sacrificial altar behind an abandoned building. I just thought it was a great track and a perfect way of describing, you know, what a vampire is or what, you know, when you look at vampire Dracula and vampire films, you know, if you had to describe what a Dracula is or what a vampire is, that would be the perfect way to do it. So I thought he nailed it with this one. It was a great eerie track.
Yeah, I definitely hear what you're saying about that. What's up,
DJ Tim,
Tim?
what up? What's good?
And the last track off this album, well, there's a hidden track, but I didn't actually hear the hidden track. Did you?
I didn't. What was the hidden track? I didn't hear it.
Called My Hero.
Nah, I didn't hear it.
Okay. So the last track is Rise. Love this track. Nice way to end off the album and shit like that. Just talking about, at the end of the day, with all the shit that he goes through, he finds a way to shine. He finds a way to look forward and keep ahead. Definitely a very, very solid joint in my opinion. Love that beat too. Definitely had like a more, I want to say polished, but it had more of like a more smoother beat compared to like the more stripped down beats of the album.
Yeah, it was dope. I like
Melodic,
the
that's
beat.
the word, melodic.
The beat and the bass line was dope. The keys, you know. He's saying a child born with no soul signifies my return from pure thought to my killer's ashes in the urn. So I thought it was definitely a different type of track. You know, it was definitely more feeling with this track. The instruments were great. So a nice way to end the album with.
Definitely. And that's all the tracks off this album. What? Overall, this is a very, very, very good album in my opinion. This is a perfect example of how, like I mentioned, it gives how the beats give the MC a room to breathe and shit like that too. Oh my, Chino itself definitely did his thing on this record right here. I hate to say it, but this is probably the only album I pretty much liked from him. I'm not gonna lie,
Mm.
because I heard some of his other albums, and my main issues mostly with the production and shit too, and shit, to be real with you. So
Right.
I just feel like with this album right here was just definitely a more balanced album and shit like that. More, I love the dark production. Chino definitely has like a lot of punchlines for days and shit. Um, this is definitely an underground classic to like a lot of people, which I can definitely see. I'll give this album a 4.5 out of 5.
I think like he's another one of those lyricists that we talk about, like Cannabis, great lyricist, but his album suffered from production. You know, there's so many others, Cassidy, you know, Papoose, like we mentioned. Um, the album is dope. It's definitely like I said like earlier, like if you love bars and punchlines, metaphors, this is definitely the album for you. I think the production was average, But it has that. To me, I don't. You don't. I don't have. I don't get the West Coast flavor. To me, it was more boom bap. It's a boom bap album. I don't hear West Coast with this album. You know what I'm saying? But for some reason, always thought he was like from the West Coast or whatever. But um, I want to say it's like a dollar store version of the Mad Skills album. From where? But that had better producers. That had Dilla on there. That
Wait,
had
wait, wait,
Nick
wait,
Wiz.
wait. Hold on, hold on. I'm gonna let you finish. I'm gonna let you finish because I'm gonna let you finish. Let me let you
If you
finish.
listen, if you listen to Mad Skills' first album,
Mm,
that's a boom bap album. You got Nick Wiz was doing production. You got Dilla, early '96 Dilla on that joint. That's a boom bap album. But
okay.
Mad Skills is from Virginia, so you would never know he's from the South because it didn't sound like a Southern album. But this reminded me of that album, but he had lesser known producers except for Kurt Master Kurt. He had lesser known producers on here, and it went just like Mad Skills' first album went under the radar. You know what I'm saying? Like now, after 20 something years, it's being appreciated. It wasn't appreciated back in '96. You know what I'm saying? But um, the album is dope. I just felt like it suffers from not enough well known producers on the album. You know what I'm saying? But it's definitely a boom bap album, and his lyricism basically is the star of the album to me over the beats. And there's not too many um, lyricists that can do that. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of time, I think that's what happened with Cannabis. Like he was his lyricism was great, but people focused too much on the production, and just he just suffered from that like his whole career. You know what I'm saying? But this album is like it has average production, but the star of the album is his lyrics. So you can listen to it could be like the same beat and hi hats on every track, but what when you pay attention to the album is because of his lyrics and what he's saying and him being able to flip to different topics and still be lyrical at the same time, and you understand what he's saying. Like he's saying shit. He's not just jumbling metaphors and punchlines together for no damn reason. Like you understand what he's saying. You know what I mean? So for me, it's a I'll give it a 4.5. And I don't think I've ever gave an album a 4.5 for average production. You know what I'm saying? So I think it's a dope album, and I haven't listened to his other albums yet. So this is my first time listening to his album, to any album that he had.
Yeah, man. But back to this whole. Well, that was a dope opinion. I like your opinion, but let's get back to this whole Mad Skills because I don't know. I kind of find that disrespectful.
Why? They wasn't respecting his album when he came out in '96. His album came
Yeah,
out
I
the
mean,
same day as All Eyes on Me and the Score.
yeah, but see, with that album, I'm gonna be right. I don't get. I feel like those two albums have different, very different styles towards it and
How?
shit.
How?
You said what?
Matt Skills did the same thing. He talked about different things, and his lyricism carried the album. Like the production was better on his album, but he had well-known producers on his album compared to this album.
Yeah, but see, with Mad Skill, there was some beats there where he did try to chase that radio play and shit. Chino didn't.
Well, I mean that could be the label though. Big Beat, Atlantic Records. That could be the Atlantic. I feel like that's more Atlantic than Matt Skills. I don't think he was chasing radio play. Like they college radio played his stuff. Skills in '95, which wasn't on that album, was being played. Lost Professor did that one. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
He had Move Your Body, but I think that goes back to the record label because when you so underground like that, and even with this album, like maybe Chino XL didn't pick the Creep song to as a single. Maybe the record label, being that he's under Rick Rubin. Rick Rubin is all about the commercial, so maybe that had something to do with Rick Rubin picking out the single, and them. Why isn't the remix on the album? Because they were trying to get radio play. You know what I'm saying? So that I don't really think that's up to the artist. That's on the record label and them feeling like like you need something for the radio so that we can promote this album. Because if it was too underground, nobody would know about it.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. Okay, I see what you're saying. Yeah. But other than that, it's still a dope review.
Yeah.
Glad we finally talked about this album. It's about 4:30, so I gotta end off this video. Cause I gotta get some rest for work tonight.
Yeah.
But I do have a few announcements. Wednesday, like I mentioned, It's going to be the Murder Inc. double review. I want to say Murder Inc. because we're going to talk both Ja Rule Pain is Love and the first Murderers album. Um, that's definitely going to be interesting.
Yes.
Um, I didn't hear from Mickey and shit like that, so I might
Mm-hmm.
just skip Monday and shit. If anything, if I depending on how I feel, I might do a gameplay or something depending on how I feel. But Mondays I might
Yeah.
low key sleep all day because I'm tired.
Right.
Um,
You want to
Thursday,
do the Beatnuts review tomorrow?
Musical Massacre.
Yeah.
What time?
Like 8,
Eight.
if you're.
Text
Okay.
that to me so I can lock that in. I can listen to it while I'm at work.
Okay. Oh, you
Uh,
working tomorrow? I thought you was off tomorrow.
no, I'm working tonight, but I can listen
Okay.
to it and take my notes and shit.
Okay.
Yeah, but I got you. All right. Yeah. I know y'all can't wait for the Supremes. Hopefully by Tuesday that will be finished and shit. Cause
Right.
right now I'm gonna do the last run through, do some editing. Gotta record one more quick section, and then everything is done.
Donda's not out yet.
I don't want to hear about Donda. Fuck Donda. It's all about King's Disease too. Shit. Thursday we're gonna talk about Nelly's first two albums. So these are gonna be the only Nelly reviews on this channel. I don't
You
want to
got
hear
the
any
you
any
got the leak
passing.
from where? How you got the leak? I don't watch summer league, yo. I don't watch summer league.
No, because sometimes he'll say that's leaked and then that won't be the official album. He will
Right.
do the album like four fucking times after
Or
that fucking leak.
or it might be unreleased tracks. I
Yeah,
don't know.
right. I don't. Yeah, I don't even do leaks no more. To be real with you, I just wait till the album's
Oh
officially
my
released.
god.
Cause yeah. So yeah, Thursday. Those are gonna be the only Nelly reviews. So I'm not gonna do Sweat. I'm not gonna do
Really?
Sue.
You're not doing the whole discography?
I'm just gonna do Country Grammar and Nellyville, and Ash is gonna join us for that one.
Wow.
So I can't wait. Shout out to Ashley, by the way.
Well, thank God she's gonna be there.
Yeah,
it'll be easy to go through.
yeah. If I do watch the Aretha Franklin movie this weekend, I might do a quick movie review on that
Okay.
and shit like that. I was going to do the Space Jam 2, but for one, to be real, I have to watch that this week as well too. And I was like, you know what? I can just talk about the Aretha
Put the
Franklin.
link. Put the link up in the chat, yo. You said you had the
Yeah,
link. No.
man, I don't want to talk about Donda, man. But yeah, I'd rather just talk about the Aretha Franklin movie. If because most likely I'll watch it Friday. Most likely, I'm not gonna lie. And finally, next Sunday is gonna be the Rolling Stones "Dirty Work" album from '86.
Country Grammar is underrated. Wow.
Thank, thank you, thank you. Yes,
What
Cruz,
the
thank
fuck?
you.
What? Wow.
Well, I don't know about underrated, but it deserves more respect than it deserves, in my opinion. But we'll get into that. We'll get into that. And I'm not gonna lie, I feel like Country Grammar that's the most album I cannot wait. I cannot wait to talk about Country Grammar more than Pain is Love. But
Wow.
yeah, yeah,
What?
yeah.
Wow.
But
Crazy.
I do want to talk about the Murderers album more than Pain is Love. If that makes sense.
Wow.
Yeah,
Ja Rule would watch Nelly in the battle. I'm sorry.
that
The same
actually,
this
I
this
actually would agree with you on
the
that.
same way Nelly got watched by Luda, he would have got watched by Ja Rule. I'm sorry.
That was a horrible
Yeah.
match. It should have been Ti and Ludacris. Can you
That
imagine what
that
that
would
would
that
have
would
been?
have been better. Yeah, that would have
That
been
would have
better.
been way better.
Yeah.
Hell, Ti or even Mystical would have been dope.
Mm-hmm. Right.
No, not Ludacris and Mystical would have been dope.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but yeah, those are the albums we're gonna talk about because
Man.
I want to say when I'm on break, I want to do the Battle of the Bangers while I'm on break.
From work?
So no. When I'm on break
Oh.
from doing reviews,
Oh, okay.
because like I said, I want to do the Snoop Dogg breakdown maybe next week, maybe.
Okay.
And while I'm on break from doing reviews and shit, I'll just do the fucking bangers. What the
Quincy Jones?
Christmas one week, then the Game of the Hut the next week and shit like that.
Right.
Make sure you finish those fucking
Yeah,
lists, man.
I know.
Nah, I'm fucking with you, man. Cause I have to I have to really start my list and shit soon and shit. But yeah, man, really cannot wait for this week and shit.
Yeah.
Sam said I hate country music. Oh, cause Q
Sam,
said Nelly is doing country music now. Oh Jesus,
Sam hates disco, and I love disco.
shit, shit, disco, man. Fuck. So you hate Bee Gees and Donna Summer and
I
all that
love Bee
shit?
Gees. I love them, all of them. Bee Gees,
Yeah.
Down the Summer, Gloria Gaynor, all that.
Country music I can understand to an extent, but
Mm.
certain disco motherfuckers I like. I'm not gonna lie. I love Chic,
Yeah.
but yeah. But
Yeah, they're
anyway,
great.
yeah. So you said musical massacre tomorrow at 8 o'clock, right?
Or 8 or 9 o'clock. You said last night that you was off or whatever. So
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm working from 7 p.m. tonight to
okay,
7 a.m. in the morning, and I'm
yeah.
off the whole Monday and shit.
Let's do it earlier this time.
So you want to do it
So
3 p.m.?
you off at 3?
Yeah, like I said, I'm off all Monday and shit.
All right. Well then we do it. We do it in the afternoon. Then we do it in the afternoon.
Okay, that's perfect.
You said hurry and download it before it gets. Where did you get it from? Just hit me up on Instagram and send it to me. I want to hear it.
Shit.
I want to hear it. But I don't know if it's the official one or was just like unreleased joints.
Man, I'm just gonna listen to Kings as East too. Oh, West Side Guns album comes out the
Yes.
20th, right?
It's a double album. Yeah.
Oh shit.
Adolf was it? Something with Adolf in it.
Adolf Rises or some shit.
Yeah, some shit. It's a double. I haven't seen the track listings. I don't know who like what's on it.
Man, I'm just waiting for one of these motherfuckers to do an album called Fidel Castro Revolution or some shit. Like,
But he knows it's gonna be. It's West Side. It's gonna be fire. So
oh
I
yeah,
want to hear double album at that. It has to be dope.
it has to be fire.
Please, the West Side, don't disappoint me like Nas with like Jay Z did with Blueprint 2. You know,
I was like,
not Nas joint. I like Nas album double album more, but that wasn't no classic album either though. But you know what I mean?
I feel you. Other than that, hope everyone has a good night. I'll
Put it in the
appreciate.
comments, yo, D boy. Put it in the comments so I could click it.
Yeah, hurry up before I close out this video and shit. Appreciate
I
it,
want to know
try.
how he got it though.
And
There's
I
no
will see y'all
Napster
later.
anymore.
I'll see y'all later because I'm tired of school. I'm gonna wait for a fucking Donda. All right,
Yeah.
peace.
All right. Peace.